Hey, this is Timothy Theory, and you're listening to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome into That Wrestling Podcast, and man, do we have a cool show for you guys today. We're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to talk a little bit of WWE retro figures with our good buddy Clyde. You ready to do this, brother?
Oh, I can't wait. I've been shaking and trembling. You know, I've been addicted to wrestling figures my whole life, brother.
I know you are like the Wrestle Baby King, brother.
Well, you know, that's unconfirmed, but I do have maybe too many, but I'm a little concerned about you because you've been on a binge like that I've never seen. I mean, I'm hearing that you're going to start fighting people and, you know, retros on pole matches.
I have been offered that, actually, a stipulation, retro on a pole match, dude, and though I've never actually participated in a match, this might draw me into the squared circle, brother.
Yeah, I feel like it's bait, man. I mean, it's not right, you know. And Johnny Wildfire, he's a no-good son of a bitch anyway.
Beep! Yeah, so what we're going to do today is, as long as Johnny Wildfire stays off the show, that is, brother, we're going to just review Series 1 of these retros and talk about them. You want to do that?
Yeah, that'd be an honor and a privilege.
How's everything going over your way real quick, baby? You leaving those Randy Orton tights on the wall?
I've left them on the wall, but, you know, I'm thinking about trading them in for a few retros. Imagine that.
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least you're not thinking about putting them on. I can support that decision. I can support the trade them for retros figure. Just don't show up at my house at 3 a.m. wearing them again. One day, I think that was all you had on, that and a trench coat that morning.
Yeah, I've been through out of a couple of fine establishments over the years in those tights.
So retros, man. Series 1, what was it, like late 2016 they came out at around Christmas time? Is that when we first seen them? Maybe a few months before then?
I think you're correct.
And Series 1, man, what a series, right? I mean, today, of course, a few of the most sought-after figures in the entire collection. But what did you think about that Brock Lesnar figure when you initially saw it?
The Brock Lesnar, man, I love the way they did him. I love that you could do the F5 with the figure. Not that I play with mine. I mean, that's unconfirmed. But his arms, the way he looks, the tattoo, I thought they knocked it out of the park with Mr. Lesnar there.
I thought they did too, and I really like how cartoonish he looks. Like for whatever reason, this Brock figure reminds me of Andre so much.
Yeah, he's really cool, man. He's got that press slam, or I guess you could F5 some mofos into the ring.
So, do you think like Brock was like a must-have in Series 1? Do you think that was a good call on Mattel's part?
I think so, man. I know a lot of people out there are not big fans of Brock, but I think he's one of these guys that's going to be appreciated more after he's gone from wrestling for a while, because he's definitely got one of the most realistic styles I've ever seen, and Mattel really captured it in that action figure.
Oh, yeah, WWE definitely does a good job, too, of letting Brock look realistic out there in the ring. Him and that Strowman match comes to mind just, last year sometime. That was a pretty stiff match. And so I wonder if, like, this figure is also being sought after by, like, UFC fans out there, you know?
Oh, I guarantee you it's a crossover deal with him for sure, man. He was just as special in UFC as he was in WWE. But I'm really glad myself that they chose him. How do you feel about it?
Oh, yeah, I think so, man. Especially at the time, I don't know. He was either the Universal Champ or feuding for it, you know, when they released these figures. And, you almost have to have a Brock Lesnar in a set of, like, these Hasbro-style figures, right?
Yeah, I think so, man. You need some brute force, no nonsense there.
Well, what do you think about the body type they chose for the Brock? You think it was a good choice? Because, you know, they've got, about 4 or 5. They've got several different body types, several different arms they use, you know, different mechanisms. I think they did a good job on this one. I really like it.
Yeah, I think it's perfect, man. Like I was saying, you could hit a press slam or, you know, the F5. I think I said FU earlier. But anyway.
Take you to Suplex City, brother.
Yeah, you can do all that stuff with him. I mean, you just throw guys all over.
Are you saying you can recreate the Brock and Roman match?
Oh, yeah. And any other matches.
Talk about a great match, man. That was some stamina showed by both men. The pace of that match, I mean, the match was, 5 or 10 minutes long, but it was nonstop F5 Superman punches and spears and suplexes. It was a beautiful match.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in a short amount of time. But these guys, they don't get paid by the hour.
That's right, brother. That's what Brock brings to the table. Yeah, so overall, man, really satisfied with them having Brock in Series 1. And I think that figure's starting to creep up a little bit. Maybe, what, $30-$40 on eBay now?
I believe so. Yeah, I love it. I have two of them myself. I think it's one of the better jobs they did on the figures for sure.
All right, so let's move along here, man. Continuing to break down Series 1. Here's a guy who I think that they would have been out of their mind not to have included in Series 1. That's John Cena, brother. You can't see him, but he does look good in that packaging.
Oh, yeah, man. He's the Hulk Hogan of this generation, but I think he's a lot better personally. Yeah, you gotta have John Cena. I wish we'd have got two Cenas. That'd been even better. But the one in the I call it the Miami Hurricane colors is they knocked it out of the park, man. It's another really good job.
Yeah, that classic, and Cena's been wrestling so long, it's almost like when they put him in that gear, it gives the figure a vibe from the era, from the Hasbro era, just because that attire he's wearing is so dated at this point,
Yeah, the Jordans.
That's right, brother. That's right. Cena went from straight thugonomics to now he sounds like a pretty damn good businessman. He's done it all, dude.
Yeah, some people says he looks like Ernest, man. I see a little bit of resemblance.
He looks like Ernest?
That's what I'm saying. Mountains or meanies, whatever the hell they call them things.
The older he gets, the more he looks like Ernest. But I'll tell you what, brother, 13-time WWE champion.
Yeah, he's one of the best ever, man, in my opinion.
Yeah, so a really cool figure. I like, once again, like I'm in total agreement with the body type chosen. I love the gear they gave him on this figure. Of course, Cena doesn't have any tattoos, so they didn't have to place any of that stuff. But the hat, the armbands, man, I'm with this figure from top to bottom, brother, and I was loving the vibe.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. I definitely would like to have at least a dozen of them.
Get you a few more of them. So do you think Mattel had to include him in Series 1?
I think if they wouldn't have, man, it wouldn't have made much sense, right off the bat. He's been the face, seems like, for a long time, and I know they're trying to replace him with Roman or whoever, but I haven't really seen anybody step up to the plate like Cena did. Just become the face, and a good face, and a really good person in real life also. So, the figure was a have to, I believe.
Well, here's a character that's larger than life in many aspects, brother. Another one that was included in Series 1. We're talking about Kevin Owens. And what did you think about Mattel's decision to include him in Series 1, and do you think it was justified?
I was a little surprised he was in there, but I'm a big fan. I was happy about the figure for sure. I'll tell you what I like the most about it. When you see a lot of his Mattel basic figures or even his elites, it seems like they never get his body right. And to me, this is the closest I've seen to how Kevin Owens really is in an action figure. So I just love the figure. But a nice one. I was a little surprised it was in the first series, though.
Yeah, I was too, but I'm in total agreement with you on the body type. I mean, it just looks like the husky Kevin Owens that we know. He's like one of those guys. He's kind of right in the middle. He's not really too overweight. He's just kind of a big, bulky dude that's athletic. Almost kind of in the mode of a little bit smaller Bam Bam or something,
Yeah, I'm some of those regular old Mattels and elites. They got his arms all jacked up. It don't look right, man, at all.
Yeah, so overall, great job here by Mattel, even though I was right there with you. Shocked when they included Owens, but you know me, I'm a huge KO fan, so I was definitely happy to see the figure,
Yeah, and you got the KO with the duct tape style. I believe that was like his first shirt in the WWE. He didn't even have a shirt. He had like a black T-shirt. I think it was a Guns N' Roses T-shirt, if I remember the story right. And he turned it inside out and got some duct tape, and he said, "Here, now I have a T-shirt."
Hey, that T-shirt went on to sell for a while too.
Oh yeah, it's probably one of the best ones. To me, it sticks out more than any of the others.
Yeah, it's like the classic KO look to me too, brother, right there, and they had to include that in there. But back when they was creating these figures, I guess at the time KO was burning as hot as anybody. He was right there in the feud for the Universal Championship. He was the feud with Jericho was getting ready to culminate with the Festival of Friendship, and I can't think of anybody who was hotter at the time, brother.
Yeah, he came in on fire. I remember when he showed up that night to face Cena, man, that was a beautiful match. A little backstory to that, I know his son, his favorite wrestler is John Cena, so his wife didn't tell him that his dad was going to be wrestling Cena. if you've never seen the video of his son reacting to the live thing, it's adorable. I believe it also went viral.
And that's another figure right there that's kind of rare. You know, it's been rare for some time. Hard to find, brother. I think it's going to cost you $40 to $50 on eBay nowadays, you know, already, just a few short years after its release. And I've seen some Elites jump up in price, but man, what these retros are doing, especially here in 2020 today, is just unseen, honestly.
Well, I mean, it's your fault, Dave. You done bought all of them.
I just
It's
started.
your fault.
In fairness, I just started buying them off eBay, but I have been contributing just a little bit to the madness, brother. All right, man, speaking of some energy, what about this figure? Had to include him in Series 1, I think, brother. Either him or Hogan, for sure, but the Ultimate Warrior, man.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'd rather than Bret Hart, but it is what it is, and they captured him in all his neon glory, looking like a Huffy bike until he was a person. I mean, when I look at it, I see the 80s, you know, the early 90s. It's an awesome figure. I'm glad for sure that he was in there.
Definitely. When I look at that figure, I think rock and wrestling, baby.
Yeah, it's good times right there, and you can pull off the gorilla press with that figure too. If you
I know, I love
playing with your figures, Melvin, we know you play with this figure.
So what did Warrior have? Did he have 2 or 3? He had 3 Hasbros though, didn't he?
I believe he did. He had Series 1 in the green with the white boots. He had Series 2 with the white tights, and then my favorite, I always call it the Corona or the Lakers Warrior
purple?
with the purple and yellow. I know me and you traded a few of those back and forth.
Man, in box, out of box, absolutely. And, you know, the only one that didn't have the jumper body was, of course, that one with the white trunks. So it's kind of cool to get another non-jumper Ultimate Warrior. Although I will say, like you, is this, you know, there's been 3 Ultimate Warriors. This is a 4th one. It kind of would have been cool to see somebody else there. But such a historic figure in the history of the WWE, you can't not be mad at all for them including him in Series 1, you know?
Yeah, also in that original Hasbro run, you had 2 giant talking figures, and Warrior and Hogan were the only 2 guys that got those. I always thought Macho Man deserved one, but he didn't know.
Yeah, Macho Man has got to be in there, brother, right?
Yeah, he should be ahead of both of those guys, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, rest in peace, Warrior. Beautiful figure to include in Series 1, brother. And I love that box art on there. Just catching him. Looks like he's on the top ropes pointing out to the crowd. And just like a classic way you remember the Ultimate Warrior in your mind, you know?
Yeah, you got to feel the power. Ooh, yeah.
That's right, brother. I know you feel the power. Here's another guy I know you feel the power of and you love the vibe of. How about the Undertaker, man? Could not have had Series 1 without him, right?
In my opinion, the top figure in the first series, the purple gloves, the purple on the hat, the body type,
the tie.
Everything. To me, that was the one. When I seen that one, I was like, can't wait to get that one. And it seemed like him and Warrior were kind of shipped out together, because I didn't find them two until a little later after I had found all the other guys.
I'm right there with you. I didn't see them till later on. I think what was the first ones we really started seeing everywhere was tons of Cenas and Lesnars everywhere, and then you've seen a few KOs and a few Romans sprinkled in there. But it seems like the Cenas and Lesnars was everywhere at first, huh?
Oh, yeah, they were pretty easy to find. I remember having the most trouble finding an Undertaker out of all the figures they released.
I did too. I bought one Roman, of course, and then I walked by and left I don't know how many just sitting on the shelves. And you know, looking back, I wish I would have grabbed a few more just for my personal collection, you know, not for any kind of scalping purposes or nothing. I don't think me and you have even ever sold one of these on eBay. We just like hoard them, don't we?
Yeah, I like to keep them. I mean, I've even heard rumors that you're thinking about putting your house up for retro.
I thought about that. I was thinking about going down to the bank and just seeing what kind of loan I could get. But if I wrote the purpose of the loan was for retros, I don't know how quickly they would march me out of that office, brother. That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, who needs 8 Kofi Kingston figures, really?
Yeah, I love that Kofi collection. If you guys haven't seen his Kofi collection, check out our other video. I'll try to link it somehow in this one. I'm pretty horrible with that stuff, but we'll try to get it in here, brother. So what? Yeah, you couldn't include it without that. What I would like to have seen, though, was this line run just a little longer, man, and get us like a pallbearer or something to go with this Undertaker. You know, that would have been awesome.
Perfect scenario. This line runs to the end of time, and they make every pro wrestler that ever was in the WWE, WWF, WCW, EFED, and everywhere else. Everybody gets a retro, brother.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Yeah, we got to see a
I want a David Lee retro. I want
man.
fucking David Lee retro.
Hey, shout out to them guys on the retro. What is it like? What's the retro group that you invited me to a few weeks ago?
I think
So, like,
one's Retro Maniacs.
and we want retros. We want retros.
retros.
There's another one called the Asylum. They do a lot of cool stuff in there, man. I've seen some of their customs in those groups, man. Shout out to those guys out there working hard on those customs. One guy made a custom of himself. It does have me wanting a custom David Lee, brother. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd take a case of those at least.
Get you a custom. Get you a custom Johnny Wildfire, baby.
I'd probably throw that in the garbage, but 12 David Lees with an autograph and meet and greet, that's all day.
Oh, man, we can arrange that, baby. I can get you with the autograph and the meet and greet. I don't know about the customs.
Well, how about if I give you some of my retros for the meet and greet?
How about we move along here to somebody who is extremely rare, but was kind of at the time, it's almost ironic, I think, really, because this is second bout of leukemia Roman. This is when the WWE was giving Roman that clear push, and the fans was fighting back tooth and nail, and Roman was almost like it was the cool thing to do to boo him at the time, dude. And it's almost like this figure in particular is having the last laugh, because it's like the most sought after figure out of all the retros, I would say, huh?
Yeah, it's Superman that punched his way all the way to the top, and it's a great figure too. With the aggression in his face, and you can hit him with the Superman punch, and it really is, man. It's right there. It seems to be the crown jewel of the whole line so far.
It is, man, and like you said too, just a great figure, great design, and honestly, looking back as a kid, even playing with the Hasbros, like the spring-loaded arm was the funnest mechanism to use when he was actually playing with the figures, you know. Yeah,
I remember dropping Hulk Hogan with Jake the Snake.
I had the Jake and the Hogan with the punch arm, man. I would just have them just in the middle of the ring, just going at it, dude. Just exchanging blows, brother, then stare at each other down for a few minutes.
Just stealing on each other. One time I had Jake steal Hulk Hogan, and he fell, and then an earthquake come through and squashed him a couple times. It was beautiful.
Oh, man, you would never see that on WWE programming. All right, so back to this Roman, though, man. It really is a cool-looking figure, though. I will say that, and I love how he's got his mouth open. He has that pose on his mouth like he's getting ready to lock and load, brother, you know?
Oh, yeah, it's got the tattoos, the symbol, the boots, the whole thing. It's a real sleek-looking figure, and if you take one of your Mattel belts, and you add it to it, it makes it look even nicer. It's beautiful.
It does display very nicely. So, and you have to have one for your collection if you're trying to, get them all, collect them all, brother. Like they say, what is it, 44 of these figures, and it's just not complete without having a Roman. Hopefully, everybody listening had a chance to pick one up at retail and has what they need out there, because, man, he's getting up there, close to $200 now.
Yeah, it's something else, man. I'm glad to see that. Hopefully, Mattel is watching. I'm sure they are. And you know what? Let's make some more of these. I thought we was gonna get a female line. That would have really been cool. I would have liked to add at least a dozen Alexa Bliss figures.
Absolutely, yeah, that would have been cool. And that was rumored at one time that they was going to do the female line. Then I read a post somewhere too that was rumored they was going to do like some Toys R Us exclusives that may have included managers. And of course, Toys R Us ended up closing. And I guess as of now, Mattel's got this retro line on hold. So who knows what the future holds, brother? But I know the demand is there.
Yeah, hopefully when the New York Comic Con or the San Diego, whichever one goes around coming up, hopefully we get some good news.
So that was our Series 1 retro rundown right there, and hopefully on the next show, or maybe the one after that, we'll do Series 2, though, and that's going to be another fun one, brother. What do you think?
Yeah, I can't wait. I got somebody else to talk to you. I don't know if you want to talk to him or not. It's Johnny Wildfire.
Oh, my goodness. Throw him on the horn, baby.
All right, motherfucker, hurry it up.
Hey, David Lee, you seen my challenge, buddy?
What is the match? What's the stipulation, brother? I don't know, brother.
Well, you don't know. Retro on a pole, brother. We're going to put some sort of dog up there.
Oh.
We are going to put the Roman Reigns graded, baby. And I'm going to fight you and punch you in your fucking face, baby.
Oh, you got to watch your language, Wildfire. But so you're saying we're going to put a Roman Reigns and a Junkyard Dog on a pole, and you and I are going to fight for these figures?
That's right. You better not cry with your hated guts.
You're an experienced wrestler. Is there any type of stipulation that might make this a little more fair?
What you worried about? I'm coming for you. I'm going to take all you wrestling babies.
Hey, thanks so much for listening today, everybody. Check us out on the web, WrestlingZoo.com, ThatWrestlingPodcast.com. Always updated with all kinds of crazy madness. And hopefully, Wildfire, you can head the phone back to Clyde real quick, and he can give me his closing thoughts before we hop out today.
He's gone, man. I'm so sorry about this.
That's all good. It's all good, brother. I don't know. I'm going to think on that. I'll let you know on the next episode if I accept, all right?
I tell you what, he can't hear me right now, but if you accept this man, come down there and hit him with a tiger punch or something.
Yeah, I know he likes to fight dirty, brother. I don't want to know what he has under the ring waiting on me.
The deal is, though, we got to at least flip a quarter on who gets JYD or who gets Roman.
All right, if I happen to win. I might need a little help, though, brother. All right, man, so do you have any closing thoughts before we hop out today?
It was a pleasure talking to you as always, man. I'm sorry about that, idiot, but I can't wait to do the next one. I can't.
Johnny Wildfire,
think
ladies
about
and
these figures.
That's right, brother. We're both a little manic on the retros right now. Thanks so much for listening to our recap, and we will catch you guys on the next one.